Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my fifth lesson over functions. Yes, functions are bodies of code that perform a list of actions and can be called anywhere in the program to perform those actions. Basically, take a look at main. I could technically call main again inside of itself. Yes, I could probably call main out here. It's just all a matter of, creating the function as such and putting stuff inside of it to do. So I'm going to set a breakpoint and I'm going to run this code just so you see what I'm talking about. Now we're going to go over to this thing called a call stack in debug mode, and I'm going to hit F10. Whoa, look at that. Main has been called twice. 2 times. So it goes through main again. Bam. Main has been called 3 times, and it'll keep doing that and doing that and doing that. It'll just keep calling the function over and over again because this is basically what is called recursion. But we won't talk about that right now. Point is main is a function. It can be called, and we can create our own functions if we want to. And I will show you how to do that. So basically what we call this here is what we've seen are data types. So basically the first thing that goes there is some kind of data type. In this case it's called a return type. The first part is called a return type, and then after that we put the function name, and then within that we put parameters, and that is how we declare it. Then once we declare it, we go underneath main, or we could probably even do it in the same spot, but traditionally it's done this way, and we put the same stuff and then we create a body for it, put the list of actions, and then close the body. And that, my friends, is how we create a function. So we're going to start by declaring a function. And we're not going to have a return type, and to not have a return type we basically put void, just like we put void if there are no parameters to put inside of the function. And we're going to say, or we're going to call the function I am a function that does stuff, and it's also going to have no parameters, so we'll leave that void. And basically we take this, Control C, Control V, and then we create a body. And that is so far what we're going to do. This one's going to say I am doing things. Woot! And then we end the line. And so now that we have it defined, we call the function in here so that we may see it. Just like that, just like we did main. So hit F7 to compile, F5 to run, and it displays the text that we wrote. So if we were not to have that in here, it would do nothing. So that is basically what happens when we declare functions. So we can put other stuffs for a function. We can have a return type of int, and we can put I return numbers, and then we can give it parameters too. What we would put is an integer in for a parameter. So yeah, now we would paste it, give it a body, and we first I typically just put a number to return. So we're going to return I. And yes, that is what we're going to do. So now we're going to call I return numbers, and then I'm going to put in 6. And right now that does nothing. But if we were to catch its return type, int catch. Oh, I forgot that's a keyword. Get return. And then basically just set get return to catch the return type of return numbers, and then we see out get return. We get the number 6. We don't necessarily have to go through all of that. Control K, Control C. We can also do something like cout I return numbers 7. And it'll still show 7. So there's just a number of things you can do with functions. You could even have more parameters. So let's see. We can put another int. Or actually, yeah, we'll put int, and then we'll put add, and we'll add 2 numbers. Int A, int B, and then we shall move it over here, return A plus B. Bam. And now that we have that, we shall put cout I am adding with a function we and then put add, and we're going to put 2 numbers to add, so 2 plus 2, and the result should very well be 4, and we get 4, just like that. So you see, functions can do quite a lot of things, and they can come very much in handy. If you get creative, you can do all kinds of fancy things with functions, and that's just all kinds of different things. So actually that is pretty much the end of this tutorial. However, that leaves more homework for you, because what I would like you to do is experiment with different return types, which is basically the same as data types. And then, you know, create functions with parameters